Not a shot was fired. Not no bloodshed happened. All by himself. For those of you who want that, you come and join with us. Come and join with strong leadership. Leadership that's not hypocritical. Say you one thing and profess something out your mouth, and at every turn they doing something else. Talking about something else, somebody else. I thought you loved the prophet Noble Draw League. But as Nazarene said, you follow your father. That father is the Savior, your lower self. But even with the hypocrites, our people, what is wrong with our people? I don't want to spend too much time talking about the hypocrites. I talked about them in the last video. But what's wrong with our people? See, a lot of people don't like the Moorish Science of America because we're going to tell it to you like it is. What's wrong with you? Some of the people say, and this is the biggest crock of garbage I've ever heard, well, religion, I don't want to be controlled. Let me teach you something about control, since that's your excuse. The Holy Quran, chapter 17, the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science to America, chapter 17, teaches us in verse 40 that the will of man makes possible the action of the holy breath. When the will of man and the will of Allah are one, the resurrection is a fact. There's no such thing as Islam, the religion controlling anybody. This Quran says that when the will of man, if Allah wanted to control you, He would have gave you a will. He would have made you a puppet. He would have made you like He made the angels. The angels can't tell Allah no. All they can say is, all they can do is go and do what He tell them to do. But He made you with a will. You don't have to do Allah's will. He gave you the option of doing it. But this is the lesson. It says the will of man makes possible the holy breath. Excuse me, the will of man makes possible the action of the holy breath. So our will doesn't make the holy breath. It makes the possible the action of the holy breath. But you got to give up your will to make that action possible. So today, I'm going to say what you all are scared to say. You don't want to give up your will. You like doing the actions of the Lord self. Sisters, you love running around, shaking your backside with next to nothing on. You like no good brothers. You don't want a man that's going to treat you right. Let's tell the truth. It don't have nothing to do with Islam. Some of you want it. But the majority of you really don't. You want to be in your lower nature. That's why the Prophet Noble Drawley brought and taught and gave us the lesson of the higher self and lower self. All that's connected with this. That is the lesson. I'll read this again. The will of man makes possible the action of the holy breath. So the holy breath is what? That which is, was, never more to be. It's the truth. But our people, they don't want it. They say they want it, but they don't really want it. They like that lower nature. They don't want to rise to that higher nature. But I tell you, some of you do. And those of you who want to be in that higher nature, I suggest you come to the Moorish Science of America. Under the teaching and the guidance, currently under Prince Kasadiel. That's what I suggest. Same thing for the brothers. They don't want to make possible the action of the holy breath. They want to run around and chase women. They want to disrespect the woman. They want to call each other niggas and call the sisters out their name and all types of other foolishness. Don't want to work and support their woman. Don't want to treat their women with respect. Don't want to treat their elders with respect. Don't want to do nothing but something stupid. Let's tell the truth. It don't have nothing to do with Islam. You want to get some teachings. Some of you want to get some teachings. You want a holy name, but you don't want no substance. You want to walk around sounding wise, but don't have no damn principles. That's what it is. You know, you come into Islam, we got some rules around here. You'll be in here fornicating, mistreating a woman, calling all types of names, disrespecting your brothers and sisters, not treating them right. We don't stand for that. But you want to sound wise and then do what you want to do. That don't work. This is why the Nazarene taught. He says, when the will. That's making a reference to a frame of time. When? Who decides when that time comes? It's not a law. Because he always ready for you to come to him. You decide that. But the Negroes in the street always talking about, I don't want to be controlled. Islam control people. I don't want to hear that crap. That's a crock of garbage. If Allah wanted you to be controlled, he would have made it so that you could think for yourself. He doesn't make you serve him. You can do whatever you want to do. And that's the naked truth. But it goes on to say, when the will of man and the will of Allah are one, then the resurrection is a fact. See, it's so much easier to talk about the resurrection, but it's not that easy to be the resurrection. See, that's what the Nazarene was trying to teach you. That's what the lesson of the Nazarene was all about. He trying to teach you to be the resurrection. Versus the Christians. Now they do what they do, and they talk about the resurrection. But it's one thing to talk about it, it's another thing to be it. So the Nazarene gave us the formula on how to be that resurrection. He said, you got to bring your will into the will of, in tune with the will of Allah. And what is that called? Being a Muslim. One who submits their will 100% in submission to the will of Allah. That's what that's called. But many of us don't want to be Muslims. That's our nature. We're Muslims by nature. Because we figured out that what we want don't amount to a hill of beans in most cases. It doesn't get us anywhere. But Allah doesn't stop you from doing what you want to do. You can do what you want to do till the day you leave here. But see, there's excuses that our people make. But I tell you, there's some people out here that are serious. There's some people out here that want to do right. And they're the people we want in the Moorish Science of America. They're the people that we need to build this nation. Or to rebuild this nation that we already had. That's what we need. But that takes a strong-minded and a strong-willed individual. That takes a strong-minded and a strong-willed sister. A strong-minded and a strong-willed brother. That's what that takes. You can't be weak-minded and be in this. This is not for the weak-minded and weak-hearted. This is for the strong. So today, I say to you what the people are scared to say. I'd rather you come to me and say, brother, I just don't want to do it. But we got all types of people on YouTube and on the internet everywhere. Our forefathers, they didn't practice Islam. You a damn lie. Prove to me they didn't practice Islam. What is Islam about? Don't tell me about the damn name. I don't care about none of that. What is it about? Last time I checked, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught us that Islam was what? Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. You telling me our forefathers didn't practice love? They didn't love one another? They didn't practice the principles of truth, peace, freedom, justice? And you mad with the pale-skinned Arabs because they participate in the slave trade? I don't give a damn about them participating in the slave trade. Yeah, it was wrong. But the truth got to prevail. There's people in Africa that participate in the slave trade. People that's way darker than the damn Arabs is. You mad with them too? Hell, you could be mad about this. You got to be mad with everybody. The only people that didn't participate in it was us, who was enslaved. And we couldn't participate because we were the slaves. I imagine if we could have, just to get out of slavery, we might would have participated too. Because we were tired of getting whooped. Like, man, if I can do this, hell. But the excuses our people make, and look how it does us as a nation of people. This is ridiculous. So, what does the Holy Quran of Mecca teach us? About Islam? Because we got to kill some of the, or all of the myths, all of the foolishness. Holy Quran of Mecca chapter 2 verse 41 says, and when there came to them a book from Allah verifying that which they have, and aforetime they used to pray for victory against those who disbelieved. But when they came to them that which they recognized, they disbelieved in it. So Allah's curse is on the disbelievers. one time.